Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, and SPY. We're also going to look at Bitcoin and SQQQ briefly as well. This is your weekly update and prediction where we look at the bigger time frames and the bigger outlook, keeping our perspective in check. I also dive deep in the weekly time frame as well, looking at what we could expect on the smaller time frames. Again, this is giving you the outlook for the entire week. This video is extremely important and you want to watch the whole entire thing. It's filled with information that can help you as a trader. So if you want to make money, if you want to break bread, if you want to get the bag, go ahead and start getting your thirst for knowledge and watch the entire video. Let's go ahead and waste no more time and hop in.
Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. This video is going to be a little bit different, but this is your weekly update and prediction. We're going to be looking at the macro time frames and the short time frames for AMC, GME, SPY, possibly Bitcoin and SQQQ as well. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset, and press subscribe if you find this information useful. This is going to be the weekly outlook, giving you guys an entire outlook based off the technicals, charts, and data of what we could expect coming into this trading week. That's why these videos are highly valuable. And again, please press subscribe if you do find this information useful. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and to see what we have going on. So guys, I just want to point out on the bigger time frames, I want to show you guys this. Here I have it written out for the basically showing you all of the emotions, and I'll show you the technicals behind it. We're going to be also talking about SPY as well. I want to show you here on the daily time frame and the weekly time frame. So if we go ahead and pop on the alligator, you guys can see on the daily time frame we have the alligator starting to curl down. This is showing that there's still bullish momentum, but it's fading, and this is what all of the things are going to end up telling us, and you'll see here in a second. Now we see weekly MACD is still green, but it is curling down. That is showing us that there's still bullish momentum, but it's fading. Alligator slightly starting to curl down as well. If we go ahead and put on the super trend, you guys can see that we're starting to get sell signals here on the smaller time frames. That is showing us there's still bullish momentum, but it is fading. So again, all of these things are showing us there's bullish momentum and it's fading, and that's going to explain very, very clearly why I think SPY is about to do what it's going to do. I do think SPY is going to be making a pop to the upside, coming back to fill this gap at about 467. There's a gap up here. This gap is going to get filled. It's basically going to end up making a head and shoulders. Once it does fill that gap, you guys can see if we have a pop to the upside and cannot break above that level, it would make an overall head and shoulders type pattern. Right here is your shoulder, right here is your head, right here is your shoulder. Your neckline is that key level that we've been watching all week of 468.15. We've been watching this level all week, and it's still a key level to watch. If you break below it, you're going to see a major push to the downside. If we end up using it as support, you're going to see a major push to the upside. And you guys can see right here on the smaller time frames, we are slightly above it right now, and I do believe we are actually going to be able to use this as support on Monday and then see that push to the upside going into this later half of the week. So I do actually think this week is going to be mostly bullish to the upside for the beginning half of the week. Monday, Tuesday are most likely going to be green, and remember I said that. We do have some information coming out on Thursday, and so we have this information coming out here on Thursday. Let me just make sure I have the dates correct here. The week is going to be the week of Monday the 8th till Friday the 12th. And you guys can see on Thursday we do have core inflation coming out, and this could lead to more downside, especially if these numbers come out higher than expected. Now the forecast is showing that the numbers are basically going to stay same. You guys can see that this is actually a little bit higher forecast, but it's showing that year over year inflation is probably going to go up, and core inflation year over year is probably going to go up, and that's not going to be good for the market at all. If we see an increase in these numbers, not going to be good at all, and really we need to see a decrease, a significant decrease. If we see these numbers stay the same or go up, it's going to be a problem for the market, and this is coming out Thursday again. So I think we're going to see bullishness Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably start seeing a fade out, and Thursday we're probably going to be able to get up to this 4 475 level within this week or next week. It's a pretty big push for 1 week, but we might be able to do it for this week, but it might take about 2 weeks to fill this gap. But I believe we're going to end up forming an overall head and shoulders on the bigger time frame, and then coming out and then topping out after we break that 468.15 level. And remember that level in your head, 468.15 on SPY. If you see it used as support, and I talk about this all the time, you're going to see a big move up. If you see it used as resistance, you're going to see a big move down. This is a setup for a trade. I'm literally giving this information out for free. Again, you must do your own research, but you can use this level to set up trades. And we use key support and resistance levels like this on this channel to set up trades all the time, because you see such a big reaction once you do confirm it as support or resistance. Now, let's go ahead and just zoom out and keep the macro mindset in perspective and what we're looking at and why I'm playing SQQQ for the long term. So you guys can see, and again, this is very risky, the SQQ play, but I'm letting everyone know that if you do catch the top and we do start shorting here at the top, you are going to make a boatload of money, but it's extremely risky. Please, I am not some pumper like people pumped AMC telling you it's going to go to the moon, 100,000. I'm letting everyone know there's major risk in every single trade. If I was here in the beginning of AMC, at the very beginning, I would have let everyone know that was getting in. There's major risk, but there's also major upside. But there is no reward without risk. Now, let's go ahead and hop in here and show you guys the macro. I want to show you guys that the MACD on the monthly time frame is starting to curl down, and once we get that bearish monthly MACD, we're going to see a big move to the downside. Also, we do know that SPY and NASDAQ are going to be moving back down because there's multiple gap fills to the downside. These gaps are going to get filled, and once this 407 level breaks out on SPY, you're probably going to see a big move down to about 341, and I do believe we're actually going to make a lower low than this 341 level here on SPY. I know that's hard to believe for a lot of people, but I believe we're going to actually come back down to at least 355 here on SPY. And if this bottom breaks out, you're going to see an even bigger move to the downside, and I do believe we actually are going to come back down and retest those COVID levels. Now, NASDAQ is normally what leads SPY. Why? Because tech is mostly composed of NASDAQ, and tech is what's been leading these rallies. It's what's been pushing SPY up. SPY is highly comprised of tech stocks, especially Apple. Now, I want to show you guys these. I have these colors here, and I'm going to go ahead and hide the price action. You guys can see what I'm talking about, and this is why you need to have this chart burned into your head, the market cycle psychology chart, because it shows you the fluctuation of price and the emotions that come with it. Now, nobody believed that in COVID we were going to have a massive rally. That was the disbelief rally, okay? So that was the disbelief rally here in COVID. If we go ahead and put the price action back on, you can see we had these major pullbacks, but we had a major bull market from 2021, basically from 2017 all the way to 2021. Huge bull run, and this is why we're not going on another bull run, but people don't. You got to put your mind in perspective to understand this. Now, you guys can see that I have the colors laid out for you guys so you can clearly see how well this matches that chart. We have our euphoria top, which is literally a straight up blow off top, which is what we had here. Then we pull back and we go into our complacency stage, which is literally the definition of everybody right now. They're just like, we just need to cool off before the next bull rally. This is just a healthy pullback. It's all good, guys. Even though the macro fundamentals that we're seeing with the inflation, with the possible conflicts with the banking crisis, everything going on is saying a new bull run is not coming. People are still dancing off to the edge of that cliff the same way they did during the Great Depression. And this is why the complacency stage is so dangerous, because you can even see that in AMC, people got roped in during the complacency stage, and it got a lot of people in. Basically, the complacency stage for AMC was after we had that major euphoria rally here, and then this little upwards consolidation chop before this major pullback down was the complacency stage for AMC. And this is where a lot of people had entered AMC as people were pumping it to the moon. Now, you guys can see that we're in that complacency stage. What's about to happen now? And if we go ahead and zoom in on the technicals, you guys can see that we have this crazy rising wedge right here that is playing out in a big way on SPY. So we have this rising wedge. Right here we had this falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern, and we have a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. It's playing out in a big way, and I think this is leading to a massive double top. This double top is going to take us back down to these levels at about 10,000 here on NASDAQ. Once that 10,000 wall breaks, once we break this major support here on NASDAQ, you're going to see a big move to the downside, and that's going to lead us into our anger and depression. And again, if I take away the price action, you guys can clearly see what is going on, and you can clearly see how people are being manipulated emotionally. They think that after this massive rally, we just need to cool off before the next bull rally. That's literally the definition of the complacency stage. We just need to cool off. But now we're going to see a major bear market. This is a massive double top. I don't know why people can't see that this is a double top, why you can't see the strong reaction to the downside after reaching these levels. But guys, this is a double top, and I do believe we're actually going to be coming back down. And this is why, if you catch the short on SQQQ, because that moves inverse of NASDAQ, if you do catch the short of SQQQ at the top, you are going to make an insane amount of money. It's going to be insane because you are literally going to be able to ride this whole thing down. Now, it's extremely risky to bet against the market, especially to bet for a major bear market like this. But I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm doing just that. And SQQQ had an amazing week last week, as you guys can see, up massively off of the lows from that $13 level, pushing all the way up to about $15. And we did play that in the Discord. If you want to get in the Discord, all you have to do is hit me up on my email, Instagram, or Twitter. They're all linked down below. Email is DataZeroOfficial5. Hit me up and say, hey, I want to join the Discord. Once you do that, I'm going to send you some payment information and information about the Discord. Once you read through that and make the payment via PayPal or Cash App, I will go ahead and send you the link to give you access. And once you get access, you'll be able to see all of the trades. So get in to get on the winning team, because again, 90% of the people lose money in the market, and you have to be the exception. So this market support group, my Discord, is a great way to get an edge in the market. So I do believe overall what we're going to be seeing is SPY popping to the upside and then an overall pullback to the downside, making an overall head and shoulders. Again, the MACD, everything on the weekly time frame is saying yes, we still have bullish momentum. The alligator, the MACD, and that's why I talked about it earlier. Alligator starting to curl down, MACD starting to curl down, saying we still have bullish momentum. So we're going to see one more pop to the upside, but then we're going to pull back. That bullish momentum is fading. Again, this is pretty easy to understand at this point because you can see how clear everything is. It's not giving mixed signals. It's giving very, very clear signals that we have bullish momentum. This falling wedge is showing us that. We are going to see a pop to the upside, and we are going to fill this gap. This gap gives us a perfect price target, and then we're probably going to top back out, making that overall triple top head and shoulders type pattern. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY on the short and long term. You can even see that the 4-hour MACD is popping up. I do think we're going to see bullishness probably throughout most of the week, all the way up until about Thursday, and then Thursday and Friday probably start to see pullback, and we probably will be able to reach that 475 by this week, but it might take into next week. So do not place calls that high, especially that's ridiculous. You want to be placing calls closest to the price as possible to make these plays. But this is what I'm looking at for SPY on the short and long term. I do think we're going to have a green week overall on SPY. So your weekly prediction for SPY is green, but your macro prediction obviously overall is going to be bearishness, and this is showing you very clearly, especially with the monthly MACD, how it's starting to curl down and how NASDAQ is leading these rallies, that we're going to see a major pullback. Now let's go ahead and hop into AMC. We're going to cover AMC and then cover GameStop. Now AMC has had massive dilution, but I've already showed you guys with the 8K and the 13F filings that the selling is over. As of December 28th and December 29th, there has been nothing else sold. Now, I've already talked about my discrepancies with Adam Aaron. I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to continue to just focus on the price action, but I also just try to wake people up and let people know what's really going on. Again, I don't really care what your opinion on Adam Aaron is. You're welcomed on this channel. I don't want to spread division in the community, but I do want to wake people up and just tell people the truth, that there has been some things that are not 100% copacetic for the shareholders. Now you guys can see MACD is starting to curl up on the 4-hour time frame, and it looks like we are potentially starting to form a bottom. I don't want to call the bottom premature, but it looks like that's what we're doing as of this point. And we do have support levels to confirm that. So we have 508. 508 has not been broken yet. and we have been holding $5.10. We need to break above $5.20. If we can see a break above $5.20, that's where we could see a nice move to the upside for GM or AMC stock. So that's going to be our main goal for this week, breaking above $5.20 for AMC stock. It does look like we're actually going to be able to do that. And the thing is about AMC that we're so far pushed down. The RSI is so far pushed down. It's at 18 right now on the 4-hour time frame. On the daily time frame, it's at 24, and we're way outside of the bands. The thing about this is that once this thing does see its recovery, it's going to be insane. It's probably going to bounce all the way back up to about $6, maybe even $7. So there's an opportunity to make money here on AMC. I don't like that the daily MACD is still red, but I do like that we are outside of the bands and that the RSI is so low. These are normally huge indicators of a massive, massive move to the upside. We can also see that the weekly MACD is getting ridiculously, or weekly Bollinger Bands is getting insanely tight. Insanely tight, guys. This is actually kind of interesting. So we are either going to see, and we have green weekly MACD and low RSI. Guys, we're probably going to see a decent pop. I don't want to get you guys too hype because I know people are just tired of this play because we're in the depression phase, and I've explained all of that. They're just sick and tired, but that's what it's meant to make you feel. You have to analyze these emotions. That way, when you go into your next trade, your next big trade, and again, this happens over the macro time period, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's sometimes what you have to look at for these huge life-changing gain trades. You have to look at a 2.5 to 5 year time frame. Now, Bollinger Bands getting extremely tight. It looks like we might be getting ready to make a move to the upside, guys. It looks like we might be ready to make a move to the upside. Basically, all we need to confirm that is if we hold 508 and 510 as support. If we start breaking above $5.20, then we know we're going to start making that recovery. Another major level would be like $5.32. If we can break above that, that's going to be a clear sign as well that we are on our way to recovery. And you would probably see a V shape if we can break above that $5.30 level all the way up to about $5.60, maybe even $6, because we had this massive drop down. That's where we went outside of the bands. That's probably where price is most likely to return. And if we go ahead and look at the Bollinger Bands on the daily time frame, they are at about $5.27. So yes, price is most likely going to return inside the bands. It looks like we're going to see a decent pop up. The only thing I don't like is daily MACD is red, but that could be because of that major push down. We're seeing 4-hour MACD starting to curl up. 2-hour MACD is green. It looks like we're going to make a move up, guys. So I'm fairly confident that AMC is actually going to have a green week this week. I'm fairly confident that AMC is going to have a green week this week, and there could be some money to be made if AMC makes a decent rally. Key levels to look for that rally would be $5.20 and then $5.32. But the weekly Bollinger Bands is what's got me really hyped. Also, the fact that if they were going to cover, there's still about 7% short interest on AMC. If they were going to cover, they would cover at these lower prices. They would cover at these low ranges to get the stock as low as possible. And they would use the shares that Adam Aaron are giving them, the real shares, because brokers are selling fake shares over and over again. They would use those shares to cover. So there's a possibility. I'm not trying to pump it up because people are tired of it. And if they get one more false hope, I feel like they're just going to absolutely lose it. I'm not that type of channel. I'm not just going to tell you the Moss is coming every week. But this off of the technicals, especially that we're near this falling, this sloping resistance. Like if we can break above that sloping resistance, we could definitely see something here on AMC. So that's what I'm looking at for AMC. Of course, the macro, I do think we're going to be returning back up to these higher levels. We're going to be filling these gaps. That's 100%. Gaps get filled. Overall, when in doubt, zoom out. Also, weekly MACD RSI is extremely low. This is where you want to be buying, guys. You want to be buying at the bottoms, okay? You don't want to be buying at the top. We also have a huge amount of bullish divergence building up in the RSI as RSI is starting to trend up while price is continually trending down. You can see that RSI here, when it made its first drop, made a lower low than it is right now. So RSI is actually trending up as price is continually trending down. That bullish divergence is going to play out in a big way. And I do believe we're going to see a big pop to the upside here in the future. I'm not sure when, but at least to fill these gaps here at $30 to $40. Once we get up there, then we could talk about price action and what type of price targets. I did make a realistic price target video for AMC based off Fibonacci retracements, technicals and stuff like that. You guys can check that out. I'll try to leave it linked below if I remember, but if not, just type in realistic AMC price targets DataZero. It'll come right up. Now, overall, so far, I think we're going to have a green week on SPY, green week on AMC. Let's finish up with GameStop. I just want to quickly go into Bitcoin real quick, showing you guys that Bitcoin is trying to break above this $44,000 level. Bollinger Bands are getting tight. It looks like it's moving up to retest it right now. If it does break above that 44.5K level, you're going to see a big pop to the upside as it has been consolidating underneath of that range. So get ready to see a big move from Bitcoin. Overall, Bitcoin, I think, is extremely bullish, and it's saying it all over the charts. Monthly MACD, green. It is outside the Bollinger Bands on the monthly time frame, so we're definitely going to see some pullback here soon, but it's literally in a squeeze type move. Monthly buy signal as well. That's insane. Last time we had that, we had this run here from 3K all the way up to 69K with that buy signal. So monthly buy signal, insane. Breaking out of this falling wedge, insane. Bitcoin is going to moon, guys. Bitcoin is going to moon. It's going to be one of the best trades of this year, in my personal opinion. Not financial advice. If you don't have any, you probably want to get some. Again, not financial advice. Weekly buy signal, again, Bitcoin looking extremely bullish, waiting to break above that 44.5K, which it looks like it's probably going to do this week, and then we'll see a decent move to the upside. So look for that this week during trading as well, and I will keep an eye on that during the live streams. Now, let's go ahead and move into GameStop and finish up this video. GameStop looking very, very impressive overall on the bigger time frames. When in doubt, zoom out. I believe GameStop is in the V-shaped style right here of its depression phase. So I believe we're about to be going only up from here. Basically, I told you guys that GameStop was probably going to come back down to about 16, 15 bucks. As you do see a slight bit of pullback during that depression phase after the V-shaped style. Now you can see right here is your anger and depression bottom, your anger bottom right here. Anger, double bottom, 1, 2, then you pop up and bleed out to a new low. 1, 2, pop up, bleed out to a new low. V-shaped style recovery, slight bit of pullback consolidation before a massive rip to the upside. It's also following a Wyckoff accumulation where this would be the spring, and it's breaking out of a massive falling wedge. Also, it has 23% on short interest. GameStop is going to squeeze, guys. GameStop's going to squeeze. It's going to do something. It's going to do something. There's a gap fill at 30, 40 bucks right here. That's going to get filled. GameStop's at least returning to 30, 40 bucks. That's why I have a price target for 30, 40 bucks. I also did a realistic price target video on GameStop, but this year, 2024, mark my words, 2024 is going to be the year for meme stocks. They are finally in the position where they are ready to make another euphoria style rally. They're ready to make another bull cycle. Again, bear and bull cycles take a very long time. This was the huge bull cycle as we had this massive run up, dropping into our complacency stage where we drop into a massive downtrend, and we are finally ready, bottoming out, ready to go back into a euphoria style cycle. And we have a falling wedge, which potentially means we're going to make an even higher high. This is extremely bullish for GameStop on the bigger time frames. Also, if we go ahead and zoom in, just giving you guys a little bit more details for the weekly outlook. I do have these fractals, and I have fractals for AMC and GME as well, showing you guys what I expect. Basically, AMC coming back and retesting that $5.10 level and then moving up. It might need to make 1 or 2 retests of that level, but I believe that's what's going to be happening for AMC. Coming back down and retesting that level and then moving back to the upside. SPY, I believe, is going to be able to hold this 468.15 as support, that key level, and then make a nice move to the upside. Again, I said if it's used as support, you're going to see a nice pop to the upside. And then GameStop is mostly going to be flat, working its way to the upside after it breaks above $16.13 resistance. So this is what I'm looking at for GameStop on the short and long term. I do believe GameStop is going to have a green week, guys. I believe GameStop is going to have a green week, in my personal opinion. It's going to easily be able to bottom off of these lows and pull off a green week. And the lowest I think GameStop would actually go at this point would be 15 bucks. So it's probably going to hold this $16 level, maybe jump down to like 15.80, but that's going to be it in my personal opinion. And you can see we even retested that 15.90. We might need to like retest it one more time, but I believe we're going to hold at least 15.90 and start moving back to the upside. We're definitely going to have a green week on GameStop. So looks like a good week for AMC and GME. If you are bullish, SPY looks like a good week for SPY as well. Guys, this is the weekly update and prediction. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more information like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. Those are linked down below. And the Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite, but it literally pays for itself. Guys, hit me up. I appreciate you for watching to the end. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
Alright guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite, but it literally pays for itself. So guys, go ahead and hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5, Twitter, or Instagram. They're all linked down below. You guys can follow me there as well for more DataZero content and updates. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you that watch to the end. Your thirst for knowledge is real, and you will see success if you continue on this journey, but you have to put in the hours, the time, and the work that is required. So make sure you make time, you take the effort, and do what you need to do. As always, y'all, I appreciate you. Have fun. Stay safe. Peace out.